Hello friends, welcome to Learner's Planet. Friends, this is our third session for the topic averages. In the previous two sessions, we discussed good number of problems based on the topic. In the last session, we discussed a concept that is the deviation method to solve the problems based on averages. In this session also, we are going to discuss some more problems. So just get ready with your paper and pen and start solving the problems right with me. Okay, so let's begin. Now see this question. Of the three numbers, the first is twice the second and second is twice the third. The average of the reciprocal of the numbers is 7 by 72. The numbers are. Okay, pretty simple. The numbers have been given, all the three numbers have been given in the options. So definitely among all the options, first is twice the second and second is twice the third. So we cannot eliminate any of them using this information, right? So the next information, the average of the reciprocal of the numbers is 7 by 72. Now listen to me carefully. Sum of reciprocals must be 3 into average, right? I just explained the three numbers, suppose A, B and C. So sum of their reciprocals will be 1 upon A plus 1 upon B plus 1 upon C. And their average will be 1 by 3, and that is actually 7 by 72. Right? That means sum of their reciprocals must be 7 by 24. Okay? Now listen to me carefully. 1 upon A plus 1 upon B plus 1 upon C is 7 by 24. That means LCM of A, B and C is 24. So that's possible only in this case. Getting my point? In any other case, you will not be getting the data 24 in the denominator, right? Now you can go for the cross verification. If the numbers are 1 upon 24, that is A, B and C, so we have to add the reciprocals. So 1 upon 24, 1 upon 12 and 1 upon 6. It's the LCM, right? So that's verified. Okay, but actually it is not at all required, right? If you can see the LCM of A, B, C is 24 and A, B, C are these three data, then you don't have to go for the cross verification. Okay, for your sake only I have done this. Of the three numbers, the average of first and second is greater than the average of second and third by 15. What is the difference between the first and third of these three numbers? I assume the numbers to be x, y, z, right? Average of first and second is x plus y by 2. And the average of second and third is y plus z by 2. Now average of first and second is greater than the average of second and third by 15. So this difference is actually 15. Now what we want is the difference between first and the third number, that means x minus z we want, right? So here y and y is cancelled, so x minus z is actually 30, right? X minus z is 30, right? So that's none of these. Okay, now the average of 8 numbers is 20. The average of first two numbers is this, that of the next three is this. If the sixth number is less than the seventh and eighth number by 4 and 7 respectively, then the eighth number is very simple. Average of 8 numbers is 20, that means total is 160. The total of 8 numbers is 160, right? Average of first two numbers is 15 and a half, right? So total of the first two numbers will be double of 15 and a half. 15 and a half is actually 31 by 2, so double will be 31, right? Next three numbers, average is 21, 1 by 3. 21 into 3, 63 plus 1, 64 by 3. So that is average of the next three numbers. So total of the next three numbers will be 64, right? Sixth number I assume to be x. Okay, then the seventh number is x plus 4 and eighth number is x plus 7, because sixth number less than the seventh and eighth number by 4 and 7 respectively. So if sixth number is x, seventh is x plus 4 and eighth is x plus 7, right? So this is the total of first two numbers. This is the total of next three numbers, that is 5 number, sixth number, seventh number and then eighth number, right? So problem becomes very simple now. You have to find out the value of x, and x plus 7 is your answer. So here it is 1 plus 4 5 and 4 9 and 7 16, 1 and 3 4 and 6 10. So 160 minus 106 is 54. So x is equal to 54 by 3, that's 18. So 18 is the sixth number. So eighth number we want, so 18 plus 7, it is 25. Okay. If the arithmetic mean of 75 numbers is calculated, it is 35. If each number is increased by 5, the mean of the new numbers. No need to go for any sort of paperwork. If each number is increased by 5, then according to the property of arithmetic means, the mean will also increase by the same data. So initially if it is 35, then now the new mean will be 35 plus 5, that's 40. That is a very basic property of arithmetic mean. You can take it a simple example. Suppose A, B and C, three numbers are there, so their mean is suppose x. That means A plus B plus C by 3 is equal to x, right? Now if you add a constant term, that is maybe 5 over here, so the new mean will be A plus B plus C plus 15 by 3, right? Now A plus B plus C by 3 is what? X. Right, A plus B plus C by 3 plus 15 by 3. So this is this expression. So A plus B plus C by 3 is x. So the new mean is x plus 5. Right. So that's pretty simple. The basic property of arithmetic means. Now the average of 10 numbers is 7. If each number is multiplied by 12, then the average of the new set of the numbers. Once again the same thing. If each number is multiplied by a constant number, then average will also get multiplied by the same number. So the new average is 7 into 12, 84. No need to go for any sort of paperwork. Very basic property of arithmetic mean. Now average of 10 positive numbers is x bar. If each number is increased by 10%, then x bar. Okay. Now what is happening? Increase by 10%, that means actually each number is getting multiplied by a constant quantity 11 by 10. Right. So finally the average will also get multiplied by 11 by 10. That is 10% increase. Right. So if each number is increased by 10%, then average will also increase by 10%. Okay. The same as the previous problem. Now this problem, the mean of 50 observations was 36. It was found later that an observation 48 was wrongly taken as 23. That means instead of 48, 23 was written, right? So the correct new mean is. Now what was the deviation in all? 48 minus 23, because instead of 23, 48 was instead of 48, 23 was written. So the deviation is, total deviation is 25, right? But we want to find out the average deviation. So since there are 50 observations, we'll divide this total deviation by 50, total number of observations. So average deviation is 1 by 2, or we can say 0.5, right? So initially the mean was 36, now the deviation is positive, that is 0.5. So the new mean will be 36 plus 0.5, 36.5, right? The other method is 50 into 36, that is the total of all the observations. From this total, deduct 23 because it was wrongly written, then add 48 as it is the correct observation. Now this is the total of all these 50 observations, the correct total of all the 50 observations. If you divide this by 50, you will be getting the average. Okay. So precisely minus 23 plus 48, what I am doing over here, that's actually 25. You just take 25 as common. So precisely it is 2 into 36 minus 1 by 2. So 72 minus 1, that is 71 by 2. So that is 36.5. I'm sorry, it's positive. Minus 23 plus 48, so it will be positive. So 36 plus and with 72 plus 1 by 2, right? So that is 36.5. I write it. Okay. Now see this problem. A pupil's marks were wrongly entered as 83 instead of 63. Due to that, average marks for the class got increased by half the number of pupils in the class, right? Now what we do is initially actual marks are 63. I assume the number of students to be n, right? And the average marks are x bar, right? So total will be what? Number of students into average. So total marks are nx bar. Now this is the total marks. From that we deduct 63 because instead of 63, 83 has been written. So from the total, if we deduct 63, these are the marks excluding the student plus 83. Now this is the total when we get the new average, that is average increased by half, right? So nx bar minus 63, because instead of 63, 83 is written. So this is the total, and if this total is divided by number of students, we'll be getting average marks per student, right? And this is actually x bar plus half, right? This is the number of students that is constant, and x bar is the average when 63 marks were calculated, right? X bar is the average when 63 marks were calculated. So total must be nx bar, right? From this total we are deducting 63 because instead of 63, 83 has been written. So this is the new total when marks are wrongly written, right? If it is divided by n, you'll be getting the new average, and this new average is half more than the previous average. Okay, now minus 63 plus 83 is actually 20. So nx bar by n minus 20 by n is equal to x bar plus half. Sorry, this is plus 83 minus 63 is positive 20. So n is equal to 40. So there were 40 students. Okay. Apart from that, what you can do is, this is the regular method. What you can do is alternatively. So that's very short and sweet method. Deviation is half, right? Average deviation is half. I assume the total number of students are n, right? So deviation, average deviation is half, total number of students is n, so total deviation is n by 2, right? Half of n. Okay, listen to me again very carefully. Deviation is half. Since it is a positive deviation, I am taking it as a positive half, right? So total number of students are n, so total deviation is n into half, and actually total deviation is 20, right? So n by 2 is 20, that means n is equal to 40. That is the short and sweet, without time and space consuming method. This is the regular method, this is the shortcut, right? So if you understand the concept of deviation, you can do this sort of problems even mentally, right? You don't have to go for even this much of paperwork. Okay, just practice well with all these questions. Now this question, average age of 15 students of a class is 15 years. Out of these, the average age of 5 students is 14 years, and other 9 students is 16 years. The age of the 15 student. Okay, again you can go by the deviation method. Now in this case, the average age is 15. So for this 5 students, the deviation is negative because their ages are 1 less than the average. So deviation is 1, that is negative 1 for 5 students. So total deviation is minus 5. Right, 9 student, deviation is positive 1, so total deviation will be 9 into positive 1, that is 9, right? Plus third student, we assume the deviation is x. I am assuming deviation, right? Not the age but the deviation. Okay, so plus x, and it is equal to 0. So precisely x is equal to minus 4. Right? So deviation is actually minus 4. That means average age was 15, deviation is minus 4. so his age is 11 years. Okay, the remaining student, whoever is this, is of 11 years. Alternatively, 15 students into 15 years, total age is 225. 5 students, 14 years, total age is 70. 9 students, 16 years, so total age is 114 plus remaining the age of the last student, that is a 15th student, suppose it is A, right? So 225 minus 70 minus 144 will give you the right answer, that is as 11. Okay, so you can go this way or this way. That is this deviation method, that is a very regular method. Now the average of 11 numbers is 10.9. If the average of first 6 numbers is this and the last 6 numbers is this, then the middle number is. Now average of 11 numbers is 10.9. Average of first 6 numbers is 10.5. So precisely what is happening? The total of first 6 number is 6 into 10.5, right? And the total of last 6 numbers is 6 into 11.4. Now since we are having just 11 numbers, in this case we are adding 6 numbers, we are having 6 numbers and we are having 6 numbers. So middle number is being calculated twice, right? Actual total of these 11 numbers is 11 into 10.9, right? But the middle number, suppose it is P, it is being added over here and over here also. Right? Now if we add both of them and if we deduct this, we'll be able to get the middle number, because it is a total of first 6 number in which P is added, it is a total of last 6 number in which P is added, and it is a total of all 11 numbers, even in this case P is added. So 2 times P is added, so if we deduct the P once, we'll be getting the value of P, right? So precisely you have to make this calculation. So this calculation can be made simple if you just delete this dots, right? So here the unit digit is 0, here the unit digit is 4, and here the unit digit is 9. So precisely your unit digit must be 4 minus 9 minus 5, or we can say 5, right? So that's there only in this option. And since we have deleted this dots, so precisely what we are doing is this. So it is this. That means if I divide it by 10, it will be converted to 0.5. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Even you can go by the digital root method also. Here 6 into 6, the digital root is 9. Here 4, 5, 6 into 6, digital root is 9. Minus here 1 into 2, digital root is 2. So 9 and 9, 18, 9 minus 2, digital roots must be 7. So that's there only in this case. Okay, I hope you are getting. Average weight of 3 boys A, B and C is this, while the average weight of B, D and this. What is average weight of A, B, C, D and E? Let's try. Average weight of A, B, C is this. So A plus B plus C is equal to 3 times 54 1 by 3. So 3 times 54 is, and 1 by 3 3 times, so it's total 165. And B plus D plus E, so it is 53 into 3, right? But what we want is A plus B plus C plus D plus E by 5. So if we add both of these equations, what will be getting? A plus B plus C plus D plus E, but will be getting B 2 times. So we cannot calculate the value of A plus B plus C plus D plus E. So it is data inadequate. The average temperature of the town in the first 4 days of a month was 58. The average for the second, third, fourth and fifth was 60 degree. If the temperature of first and fifth days is 7 is to 8, then what is the temperature of the fifth day? Okay, so the total of first 4 days is 58 into 4. Right, so that is first plus second plus third plus 4, and here second plus third plus 4 plus 5 is equal to 60 into 4, right? So So if we deduct this from this, we'll be getting the difference between the temperatures of 5th day and 1st day. So 60 into 4 minus 58 into 4. So that is actually 60 minus 58, 2 into 4, 8. Right? So 5th day minus 1st day is difference between the temperatures is 8. Now the temperature ratio of 1st and 5th is 7:8. So it is precisely 7x, it is 8x. So 5th day is 8x, 1st day is 7x, and that is actually 8. So x is 8. Okay. So temperature of 5th day is 8x. So 8 into 8, 64 degree. Okay. So that's pretty simple. Now this problem. The average age of 36 students in a group is 14 years. When teachers' age is included, the average increased by 1. So the new average is actually 15. What is the teacher's age in years? Now what we can assume from this, we can find from this question is there are 15 people in all, and average of this 14 people, there are 37 persons in this group. So average of these 36 is 14, right? Overall average is 15. So we have to find out the age of the 37th person, that is the teacher, right? So again we can go for the deviation method. Now overall average, when the teacher's age is included, it is 15, right? So deviation is what? -1. So deviation is -1, and there are 36 students, so total deviation is -36, right? Now what? I assume the teacher's age is x, or you can see the deviation as x, whatever. Suppose I assume the age of the teachers is x, then the deviation will be x minus 15, right? And that should be equal to 0. So x is 36 plus 15, that is 51. Okay, and instead of teacher's age as x, if you assume the deviation as x, then it will be -36 plus x is equal to 0. So x is equal to 36, and average is 15, deviation is 36. So the age of the teacher is 15 plus 36. Both of them are same thing, right? Since okay, nothing else has to be discussed. The age of the teacher is 51, right? Now the average monthly salary of 20 employees is 1500. If the manager's salary is added, the average salary increased by ₹100. That means the new average is 1600. What is the manager's monthly salary? Once again, now there are 21 employees. Average salary of 20 employees is this, and overall is this. So we have to find out the salary of the 21st person. Okay, again we can go for the deviation method. Now this is the average, right? So deviation is what? -100. -100, and there are 20 employees, so total deviation is 20 into 100 in negative, so it is -2000, right? I assume the salary of this manager to be x. So deviation is what? X minus 1600. Okay, average this manager's salary is x, so deviation is x minus 1600. So the total deviation or sum of deviations must be 0. So x is equal to 3600. You can do this sum in just one line, right? It will hardly take 20 seconds of yours if you are conceptually clear. That means if you are clear with the deviation method. Okay. Now what? Similarly, the average weight of a class of 24 students is 35 kilogram. If the weight of the teacher is included, the average rises by 400 gram, right? So the new average is actually 35.4 kilo. The weight of the teacher is. Now inclusive of teacher, there are 25 persons, right? So I assume the weight of the teacher to be x. Again, we'll be going by the deviation method. Now 24 students, the deviation is 400 gram each student. So total deviation is 24 into 0.4, right? Total deviation is 24 into 0.4, right? Then teacher's age is x. So deviation of x and 35.4 is x minus 35.4, right? so sum of the deviations must be 0. So x is equal to 35.4 minus 24 into 4 is 96, so it is precisely 9.6, right? So I'm sorry, this deviation is actually negative, so here it will be positive. So 35 plus 9, 44 plus 1, 45. So weight of the teacher is 45 kilogram. Okay. Now this question, the average age of mother and her 6 children, total 7 persons, is 12 years, which is reduced by 5 years if the age of mother is excluded. Okay, so new average is actually 7, and this average is of 6 persons, right? So once again we can go for the deviation method. Now average of 7 persons is 12 years, right? And average of 6 persons is 7 years. So what I do is I assume the age of the mother to be x, right? Now we again go for the deviation method. 6 persons, deviation is minus 5 from 12. So minus 5 and total deviation will be 6 into minus 5, that is minus 30, right? Deviation of mother to this is x minus 12, right? This is the average. So minus 30 plus x minus 12, and sum of deviations must be 0. So x is equal to 42, that is the age of the mother. I repeat, 6 persons, their average age is 7, so deviation is minus 5, total deviation is 6 into minus 5, minus 30. Assumption of age of mother is x, so deviation of x and this overall average is x minus 12, and the total deviation is 0, so x is equal to 42, that is the age of the mother. Okay. Now average height of 25 boys is 1.4. When 5 boys leaves, that means now 20 students, right? Then the average height increases by 0.15, right? That means the new average is 1.55. What is the average height of 5 boys who leave? Okay, so remaining student, that is 20 students. Again we can go for the deviation method. Listen to me carefully. 20 students, and deviation is 1.4 and 1.55, that is 0.15, and that deviation is actually positive because height increases. So 20 student, deviation of each is 0.15, so total deviation is 0.15 into 20, right? So that is 3. Now I assume the average height of these 5 boys to be x, right? So deviation of each is x minus 1.4, right? Deviation of each. So total deviation is, since there are 5 students, this is the total deviation. Now sum of all the deviations must be 0. So 3 plus 5x minus 7 is equal to 0. So 5x is equal to 4. So x is equal to 4 by 5. Right, that is 0.8. That is the average height of the 5 boys. Okay. Now this question, the captain of a cricket team is of 11 members is 26 years old. The wicket keeper is 3 years older, that means he is 29. If the ages of these two are excluded, that means now 9 members are there. The average age of the remaining player is 1 less than the average age of the whole team. What is the average age of the team? Now I assume the average age of the whole team is x bar. Now again we see the deviation. These 9 people, and deviation is 1 year, right? Because it is 1 year less, so deviation is negative, right? So negative 1, and for the total deviation will be 9 into negative 1, that's minus 9, right? This person, captain, is 26 years old, so deviation of this and x bar is 26 minus x bar. Okay, deviation of this and x bar is 29 minus x bar, and sum of deviations must be 0, right? So 29 minus 9 is 20, so 2x bar is equal to 46, So X bar is equal to 23. That is the average age of the team. Okay. I repeat. If the two are excluded, the average age of the remaining players is 1 year less than the average age of the whole team. I assume the average age of the whole team to be X bar, right? Now we are seeing the deviation. These 9 people, the deviation is -1 because it is 1 year. Their average age is 1 year less. That means deviation is -1. So total deviation is -1 into 9 since there are 9 persons. So total deviation is -9. Right? Captain is 26 years old. So deviation from the mean is 26 minus X bar. Wicket keeper is 29-year-old. So deviation is 29 minus X bar and sum of deviations is 0. So on solving this, we'll be getting the average, that is X bar, as 23. Right? So average age of the entire team is 23 years. Now see this. The average weight of 8 persons increases by 2.5 when a new person comes in place of one of them weighing 65 kilogram. What might be the weight of the new person? Okay, now I assume the average weight of this 8 persons, initially it is X, right? So X is the average weight of these 8 persons, so total will be 8X. So total weight of initial team is 8X. Now out of this total, one person whose weight is 65 is leaving. So I deduct 65. Now this is the total weight of remaining 7 persons. Right? Now the 8th person, I assume his weight is maybe P kilogram. Now he is joining. So this is the new total. This is the initial total of 8 persons. Out of these, one person whose weight is 65 is leaving. So this is the total of remaining 7 persons, and one more person whose weight is P is joining the team. So this is the total of the new team, 8 persons. Okay. So if I divide this total by 8, I'll be getting the average of this new team, right? And this average is nothing but 2.5 more than the previous average. So previous average was X and this average is 2.5 more. Okay, so P is the unknown quantity that we have to find out. So it is 8X and 8 into 2.5, it's 20. 8X and 8X is cancelled. So P is equal to 65 plus 20, that is 85 kilogram. Okay, as simple as that. Now this problem, the average weight of 45 students in a class is 52. 5 of them whose average is 48 leave the class and 5 students whose average is 54 join the class. Okay, so total of this 45 student is 45 into 52. After these 5 students whose average weight is 48 are leaving, so the total loss is 5 into 48 plus 5 students whose average weight is 54 are joining. So this is the new total, and if we divide this total by 45, we will be getting the new average. So instead of doing too many multiplications and then division, what you can do is you just break the LCM and simplify the calculation. So precisely it is 52 minus 16 by 3 plus 6, right? So 16 by 3 is actually minus 5 minus 1 by 3. 6 minus 5 is 1. 1 minus 1 by 3 is 2 by 3. So it is 52 2 by 3. Okay.